Hi, I'm Stefani, and we are going to do a groovy yoga flow today. So make sure you have a mat, some water, a towel, and if you have a block, that would be awesome. You can also have a big towel, like a bath towel, and roll it up. It's just for something delicious we're going to do later. So make sure you check out our website, facet7fitness.com, and you can sign up for our app. You can see our YouTube channel. You can connect with us on Facebook and Instagram and all the good socials. So if you are ready, let's go down to the floor. We're going to have a seat. So you can actually be facing the way I'm facing to the side, or that's really my front right there. So whatever works for you. We will turn around a little bit later. Make sure you breathe the whole time. That's all you have to do. If you just want to sit here the whole time and breathe, that's cool with me. It's cool with you. It works. No one's watching. It's all good. Just make sure you do whatever feels good. Nothing that hurts. If something's hurting, that's not good. You don't want to do it. Okay, here we go. Close your eyes. Sit up really tall. Roll your shoulders down and back. And start to take long, deep breaths in through your nose and out through the back of your throat. So you're aiming for that Darth Vader-like breathing, where it sounds like he's in the ocean.
There is no duality, no difference between the ordinary world and the nirvana world.
Each time you inhale, see if you can grow a little taller. And then stay tall as you exhale, so you don't want to sink down low.
Discover this.
Then you can keep your eyes closed, or you can open them. You're just going to place your hands on your shins, so right below your knees. This is a rolling or seated cat and cow. So you're going to roll your shoulders back. Take a deep breath in, lift your chest, drop your head back, press your shoulders down, and then exhale, round your back. So imagine I am punching you nicely in the stomach. You're going to round your back, press your shoulders down. A lot of people stick their shoulders up in their ears, press them down. You'll feel a really nice stretch in your shoulders, in your neck. You can even move your head side to side. And you're leaning back so much that if you were to let go of your hands or of your legs, you would fall back. Inhale again. Lift your chest, pull your elbows back so you're getting a little bicep workout. And exhale, round your back. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, look up, arch. Exhale, look down and round, grab onto those legs. Inhale, look up, arch. And exhale, round. One more. Inhale. I keep pressing my shoulders down. And exhale, round. Come back to neutral. And then take your right hand. I'm going to mirror you. Bring it over to your left leg above your knee. And then take your left hand directly behind you. You're going to pull on that leg, bend your elbow, and then twist open. So you're looking over your left shoulder. Your spine is really straight. Make sure that hand is right behind you. You're not leaning back on it. Then press your right shoulder down even more. And release that twist. Come over to the other side. Take your left hand, bring it above your knee, and then twist. Press your shoulder down, look over your right shoulder. back to the center. Make your way onto all fours, hands and knees. Your knees are underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your shoulders. Happens all the time. Your knees are underneath your hips. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Spread your shoulder blades apart and then press your shoulders down your back. Tuck your toes. Sit back on your heels to stretch out your toes. Now, if this does not feel amazing, you can lift up a little bit so it's not as intense. If it doesn't feel amazing enough and you can handle more, you can walk your hands back and sit up, stretching out your toes. To me, this is very intense, but I'm going to power through it. Make sure you're breathing. If it hurts a lot, just come out of it. Bring your hands back down. And then walk your hands back out. Woo. Shake out your toes, wiggle them, scrunch them, crunch them. Crack your ankles, whatever you need to crack. And then re-spread those fingers. Make sure they're nice and wide. Re-tuck your toes, pull your abs in, and press up and back into downward dog. Pedal out your heels. If you've been doing a lot of sitting, a lot of Netflix and chilling, a lot of Tiger Kinging, a lot of Schitt's Creaking, you might want to be doing a downward dog every single day to loosen everything up. Even if you're not just sitting around watching lots and lots of TV, down dogs are fantastic. Just move your hips around.
They'll tell you that it comes from above, but it comes from deep inside. There's nowhere left to hide.
Make sure you're breathing when you're upside down. And then come up high on your toes. Pull your bellies in and roll forward into plank. So make sure your hips don't sink. A lot of times hips come down here and you don't want that. If you cannot have a normal conversation in your plank, that's because your hips are probably sinking and you want to lift them up, squeeze everything. Another thing to watch out for, sinking down into your shoulders. You want to push up away from the floor. Press back. Down dog. Press your shoulders really far back away from your wrists. And come up again onto your toes. Bend your knees. Press your hips way back. Look forward in front of your fingertips like you're about to go flying. But then don't. Straighten your legs. Bring your heels down. Lift your toes up. So if you want to walk forward a tiny bit, you may. Wiggle those toes. When I first tried this, I could not lift my toes up at all. Now, my big toe is like an inch off the floor. So just keep practicing. It's an amazing calf stretch. Come up onto your toes. Bend your knees. Stay low and just shift forward into plank. And then bend the knees, press back. And then shift forward, plank. Bend, press back. Shift forward. Bend, aren't these so fun? And shift, hold it there. You can stay on your toes or you can come to your knees for your chaturanga. Bend your elbows straight back behind you. Untuck your toes. Press up, upward dog. Press your shoulders back. And then press back, down dog. Make sure you're pulling your abs in. Walk your feet forward all the way to the front of your mat. Keep your knees soft and just hang over your legs. Once you're here, you can walk your hands side to side. For me, I like to kind of crack my shoulder a little while I'm here. Isn't that pleasant? You can wiggle your legs. You can grab your elbows. You can grab your shoulders. Slowly roll all the way up. If it ever hurts your back when you're rolling up, just walk your hands up your legs. Reach reach your arms up. Bring your hands to your heart. Roll your shoulders back, close your eyes. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then lift your toes up, spread them out, and fan them back down so you can feel the whole floor. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Remember to hinge at your hips, not your stomach or your waist. Look up halfway, flat back. Fold, bend your knees, plant your hands, step back into plank. Toes or knees, chaturanga. I'm gonna do it on my knees. Bend elbows. Untuck your toes, press up. Press back, down dog. Come up high on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, step or float your feet. So you can take a couple steps, you can take 10 steps, whatever works for you. Look up halfway, flatten out that back. And fold. Roll up. Reach arms up. Bring hands to your heart and fold. Look up halfway. Fold, bend your knees, plant your hands. You can step back into plank or float back into chaturanga with your arms bent. And then press up. And press back, down dog. Come up high on toes. Bend the knees, look forward, step or float. Look up halfway. Fold. Roll up. Reach arms up. Bring hands to your heart and fold. Look up halfway. Fold. Step into plank or float into chaturanga. Hello, remember, land with bent arms. Press up. Press back. Downward dog. Plant your left foot down. Lift your right leg straight back behind you. Keep those fingers spread wide. Keep your entire hand planted to the floor. And then open your hips. Lift that leg up higher. This is when people tend to come up onto their fingertips. There's no need for that. You're just opening your hips. Then bend the leg. Drop your heel back. So you're pointing this right knee up to the ceiling. Straighten the leg. Bring it down. Plant your right foot. Lift your left leg. Straight back behind you. Relax shoulders. And open hips. Lift that leg up higher. So you're taking your right hip bone and you're pressing it over towards the left. And then bend the leg. Drop your heel back. And straighten it. Bring it down. Move forward into plank. Chaturanga. Press up. Are y'all getting warmed up yet? Press back. I hope that's a yes. Lift your right leg. Step it forward. If you don't already have it up there, you can grab behind your right ankle and sort of chug it up there. You want your ankle underneath your knee. Turn your left heel down. Reach your arms up, warrior one. So press the outside of that left foot into the floor. Make sure you're sinking down into your right leg and then pull your right hip back. Left hip forward. Arms are up. Fingers are spread wide. Shoulders are down and you're breathing. It's a huge checklist of things to do. And then we're bringing the hands down. Step back into plank. Chaturanga. Press up and press back. Lift your left leg. Step it forward. Make sure that left ankle is underneath your left knee. Turn your right heel down. Reach arms up. Pull your right hip back. Straighten. Nope, that's your left hip. Kidding. Straighten out your right leg. Reach your arms up. And then bring hands back down. step back, plank, chaturanga. If you ever want or need to skip a chaturanga, you have permission to do that. Press back, down dog. Come up high on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Look up halfway. Fold. Sink your hips down. Put weight into your heels, reach your arms up. Press your shoulders down, spread those fingers. Make sure your back is nice and flat, so you want to tuck your tailbone just a little, not so much that your back rounds. You don't want to arch, just make everything nice and neutral. Is it burning yet? Staying here, shift the weight over to your left foot and lift your right leg. Flex your right foot, step far back, crescent lunge. Sink down low. So make sure those hips are now nice and squared to the front. You're straightening your back leg, sinking down low. Take a deep breath in. When you exhale, circle those arms. You can squeeze shoulder blades, pull abs in, and then push off. Your right knee comes up. We're coming into eagle. Right arm goes under, right leg crosses over, sink down low. So your right foot can either wrap around your left leg or press up against it. I would look at you, but then I'd fall over. So you want to stare at one spot that's not moving. Pull your abs in. Get those shoulders over your hips. Sink down a little lower. Nothing like balancing right near the beginning. Unwind your arms, unwind your legs. Step back into a big lunge and a plank and a chaturanga. Press up. Press back. Come up high on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Look up halfway. Fold. We get to sit again. Sink your hips down. Reach your arms up. While you're here, imagine you've got a wall on both sides of your knees and you're pressing into that imaginary wall. Shift your weight to your right foot. Lift your left leg. Step far back, crescent lunge. Look up. If that makes balancing too hard, just look forward. Tuck your tailbone. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, circle the arms, push off. Your left knee comes up. Take the arms out. Your left arm goes under. You wrap. Your left leg goes over. Sink down low. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. It makes it all better. Might make you fall over. Unwind. Left knee comes up. Step far back into a lunge, into a plank. Chaturanga. Press up. Press back. Now the beauty is we get to do all that again. So we can keep practicing. Come up high on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Look up halfway. Fold. Sink your hips. Reach your arms up. Shift over to your left foot. Lift your right leg. Step far back. Crescent lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale, circle the arms. Push off. Right knee comes up. Woo! The thing I was going to warn you about just happened. And then bring arms out. Wrap them. Right leg goes over. Right arm goes under. Now remember, I mentioned about a block earlier. If you need it for some balancing poses, please use it. Unwind, arms and legs. Bring that knee up. You're going to send your right leg all the way back, half moon. So you're bringing your left fingertips down to the floor or your hand to a block. Reach your right arm up. Make sure your right toes are facing the right. Your left toes are facing forward. That right hand can reach up towards the ceiling. Just make sure it's not hanging out somewhere. Keep it strong. Jazz hands, spirit fingers. You can also put your hand on your hip to help guide your hip bone back. And then take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend your left leg. Step far back onto your right foot. Reach your left arm up and over for a reverse warrior. Your right hand can go down your right leg or wrap it behind you. Grab inside of your left leg. Now from here, we're going on a big circle. You're going to circle towards your front leg, your left leg. And as you bring your hands down, you're going to shift over to the right. So you're turning your right foot out. You're going to sink your hips down. Now, if when you do this, your knee comes forward and you're up high on your toes, this tends to happen a lot. I want you to bring that heel down and just lift your hips up. So you're sinking your hips back. You can still lift your left toes up if you'd like. But ultimately, we're trying to sink down low, get that knee directly over your ankle. You can go hands free. You can use hands. Sometimes it helps to put your hands a little bit underneath you, behind you. From here, also hands-free option is available. You're going to swivel to the back of your mat and reach your right arm up. So while you're twisting, sink your hips down, twist from your upper body, and then circle your right hand down. Step back into plank, chaturanga. Press up and press back. Come up high on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, step or float your feet. Look up halfway. Fold. Bend the knees, sink your hips down. Reach your arms up, sit in a chair. See if you can get those arms in line with your ears. And then shift the weight to your right foot. Lift your left leg. Step far back, crescent lunge. Deep breath in. Circle the arms. Push off. Your left knee comes up. And then left arm goes under. Left leg goes over. Sit down in your eagle pose. I know you can hear me breathing. Hopefully your breathing is louder than my breathing. Unwind. Bring the knee up. Send that left leg back. Half moon. Your right fingertips come down to the floor or your block if you need to grab it. Reach your left arm up. Turn those left toes to the left. Pull your abs in. Take that left hip back.
For I have tried so many times.
And then take a deep breath in. Pull those abs in even more. Bend your right leg. Step far back onto your left foot. Reach your right arm up and over. While you're here, press that right knee to the right. Don't let it roll in, which it tends to do. Press the outside of your left foot into the floor. And then big circle, circling all the way towards your right foot. And as you do that, start to sink your hips down. And then you walk your hands over to the left. You turn your left foot out. You start to sink your hips down, keeping that left heel down. How y'all doing out there? From here, swivel to the front. Plant your right hand. Reach your left arm up. Twist. So really sink your hips down. Circle your left hand down. Step back into plank. Chaturanga. Press up. But wait. There's more. Press back. Downward dog. Come up high on your toes. Bend the knees. Look forward. Step or float. Look up halfway. Fold. Sink your hips down. Lift your chest up. Reach your arms up. Shift the weight to your left foot. Lift the right leg and step it far back. Crescent lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale. Circle the arms. Pull those abs in. Push off. Right knee comes up. Take the arms out. Right arm under. Right leg over. Wrap them and sit. Unwind arms and legs. Bring the knee up. Send that leg all the way back. Half moon. Go slowly. Now while you're here, you have a buffet of options. You can balance, taking your fingertips up off the floor, maybe putting them on your shin. You can reach back, grab your foot. You can also, whether you're holding the foot or not, you can reach your left arm forward. Woo! That one's serious. And then release that foot, flex it, bend your left leg, step far back onto your right foot, and reach your left arm up and over. Circle the arms down towards your left leg, and then swoosh over to the right. You can reach your arms up. You can bring them down. You can use your right arm to press your right knee to the right. Feels so good. And then swivel to the back of your mat. Right arm is up, left hand is down. Circle your right hand down. Let's push off into a standing split. Lift your left leg up. You're squaring off your hips, or you're trying to. That is shake out a leg there. So since you're warmed up, let's go over some options. You can totally hang out here. Ooh, sorry, I have something pulling. Let's just crack that bad boy. Okay, so you can totally stay here. You can just work on folding, balancing. If you want, you can grab onto your right ankle. Ooh, sorry. Something's pulled. I'm just gonna hit it. Now the sweat's dripping. This is exciting. Okay, here's more options for you. You can close your eyes, even with your hands on the floor. That is quite the challenge. Then, if you want to try the sit, you're going to plant your left hand over to the left in line with your right toes. You're going to grab your left big toe with your right peace fingers. You put the foot down, and then you sit. So, you have to keep that right heel on the floor. Now, one time, someone in class did this without their left hand on the floor. That was crazy. But you can try it too if you want to. Now, the hardest part is getting back up. You have to press into the floor with your right heel to come back up. Yet another option. If you're into pistol squatting, you can bring your left knee in. Now, I'm telling you right now, I can't get up from here. So I'm going to get down, then I'm going to cheat to get up. You can grab onto your left big toe. Whew. And then you can sit. And then you can even balance if you want to. But then, I challenge you to get up. Okay, I'm watching you. Get up. Okay, I'm going to get up, but I'm going to cheat by putting my foot down. Woo! From here, something really exciting is about to happen. You're going to float your foot down. If you want, you can shake out your right foot. Woo! Your right leg. Then you're going to sink your hips down. And then, oh my gosh, we're going to reach those arms up and sit in a chair. And then shift the weight over to your right foot. Lift your left leg. Step far back. Crescent lunge. Circle the arms. Push off. Left knee comes up. Arms go out. Left arm is under. Left leg is over. Wrap those arms. Wrap those legs. Are we breathing? I hope so. Unwind. Man, those sits, those will make you sweat. And send that left leg all the way back, half moon. Right fingertips are down. Or maybe they don't ever come to the floor. You can wrap your left arm behind you. You can grab onto your left foot. You can reach your right arm forward. Whatever makes you happy. Woo. And then bend your right leg. Step far back onto your left foot and reach your right arm up and over. Sink down low. You can wrap. When you wrap, see if you can grab onto that leg and pull it out to the side. And then windmill the arms all the way down and swoosh over to the left. While you're here, if this is comfy, you can enjoy a really nice sit. Or you can push the leg out to the left. And then we shall swivel to the front. And lift your left arm up. Sink down low. And here we go. Circle that left hand down. Push off. Standing split. Let's see if my left booty is going to hurt like my right one did. So here comes your buffet. You can hang out. You can balance. You can close your eyes. You can do the sit. So this time your right hand is going to go over to the side in line with. You just don't want it to be forward. If your hand is forward, you're going to come up onto your left toes. We don't want that. We want to keep the heel planted and the knee over the ankle. You're going to grab your right big toe with your left peace fingers, and then you're going to sit. And then you're pressing into the floor with your heel, your left heel. You're going to come back up. Now, if you fall down the first 20 times you do it, that is totally to be expected. That's what happens in all of our classes. First couple times, maybe 20, that happens. Okay, here comes the pistol. You're going to sit. You can also do this pistol one without even ever touching the foot, if you can. But I'm going to touch the foot, so I'm going to grab my big toe, sit, balance. Woo! Maybe sit all the way down for a quick fall. Come back up. And then, woo! Can't do it. See, my booty gave out again. And then you got to lift that leg back up. Woo! I hope yours was more graceful than that. From here, you're going to float that right foot down. And I know you're excited to have another seat. And then reach your arms up. We're going to do it one more time through. Shift the weight to your left foot. Lift your right leg. Step far back. Are your legs getting shaky yet? Mine are. You can probably see them wobbling. Circle the arms. Push off. Right knee comes up. Open the arms. Right arm under. Right leg over. Sit down low. You are a bird. You are an eagle sitting on a branch. Unwind. Right knee comes up. Send that leg back. Half moon. Right leg back. Left fingertips down or wherever you'd like your hand. Right arm up or grab the foot. Release the foot. Bend your left leg. Step far back. Reach your left arm up and over. Reverse. And then circle the arms. Swoosh over to the right. And then we swivel to the back. Plant your left hand. Reach your right arm up. Circle your right hand down. Push off, standing split. Okay, you take whatever option you want. Squat, sit, balance. You can plant hands. You can kick up into a handstand. You can just practice your handstand kicks. And then float your left foot down. Bend the legs. Reach your arms up. One more leg. Shift over to the right. My chair is looking more like a bar stool right now. Let me sink it down. Lift that left foot. Step it far back. Circle the arms. Push off. Left knee comes up. Arms are open. Your left arm is under. Wrap. Your left leg is over. Sit low. Shoulders back. Unwind. Left knee comes up. And then send it back. Open hips. Half moon. Bend the right leg. Step far back onto your left foot. Reach your right arm up and over. And then big circle. One more swoosh. If you say swoosh while you swoosh, it's about 10 times more fun. And then swivel to the front. Right hand is down. Left arm is up. Circle your left hand down. Push off. Standing split. Enjoy your options. You're sitting, you're squatting, you're balancing, you're kicking. And then float your right foot down. Take a deep breath in. Look up halfway. Press your hips back. And fold. Bend the knees. Plant your hands. Step back. Plank. Chaturanga. Press up, hold it here. And then look back. Make sure everything is still back there, intact. Look at your heels, look at your hips. Is your hair all crazy too, like mine? This is core and crazy hair. And then press back, down dog. What you've all been waiting for, child's pose. Bring your knees down, open them up, untuck your toes, sink your hips back, and then stretch your arms out. You can bring your forehead down, you can turn your head to the side, whatever works for you. Just take a few breaths to relax before we move on to the next phase. I'd like to say it's going to be very relaxing, but we're first going to do one crazy pose before ultimate relaxation. Stay low in your child's pose and walk your hands far off of your mat over to the right and press your hips to the left. You can rest your head on your bottom arm, your left arm. You should feel a really good stretch on the left side of your body. And then walk hands all the way over to the left. And press your hips to the right. Rest on your right arm. And then walk back to the center. You can sit all the way up. And then sit all the way down. Woo! Grab water if you need it. I need it. Okay, so before we do our one crazy pose, we must prep to get in it. Even though I know we've been prepping this whole time. They smell really good. Downy fresh. Okay, first bring your feet together and sit up really tall. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale and hinge forward. And when you have hinged as far as you can go, then you can round over. Just hold it here. Look at your feet, or if you don't like looking at them, you can cover them up. Roll back up. Next prep pose. You're going to spread them. So you take them out as wide as you can to allow yourself to sit up really tall, okay? You're going to take your right arm, reach it over, and then reach it all the way over to the left. So you can flex or point your feet. Just make sure your knees aren't rolling in, which tends to happen. You just want them to go straight up towards the ceiling. Or they can turn out slightly, but you just don't want them to turn out too much. So your bottom arm can be reaching also, or you can reach your bottom arm in the opposite direction. You want to keep your opposite hip bone, booty bone on the floor. Don't let it come up. And then try to open your chest. And come back up. Take your left arm, reach it over, and then reach it over to the right. Open your chest. And then come back to the center. If you have a block, you can use it for this, because you're going to walk your hands out. And then, if you want to, you can either put your elbows on it. You could put your head on it. You don't have to use it. So again, you're trying to keep that spine nice and straight, and you're just going to walk your hands out. And what's crazy about this, or at least for me personally, is I used to be able to do this so easily, and then it went away for a long time, like in my early adult years. And then it came back. I don't know how, but it did. Now, I'm not saying that feels totally amazing, but it does feel pretty good. And you can always practice this by having somebody hold a towel. They can hold, like, you can hold the ends of the towel and they can hold the other part, or vice versa, and they can pull you forward. You will get such an amazing inner thigh groinal stretch. Okay, walk your hands back up. So, bring your legs together. Shake them out. So I'm going to mirror you, okay? So you're going to take, I'm just going to go at an angle so you don't have to see me head on, because that won't be pretty for you. Well, for me. You're going to take your right leg. I like to grab on the outside for leverage. You can grab wherever you want. You're going to take that leg, and you're going to try to get it over your right shoulder. So if you're super flexible, you really will get it over the shoulder. So on some days, I can get it over, but today, no. If anything, you just want to get it over your elbow, okay? Then you're going to take your left foot. I'm going to turn this way. And you're going to put it over your right foot, and you have to flex your feet. If you don't flex your feet, here's what happens. They fall, okay? So, right leg over. And then left foot over. Now notice my feet are over towards the side. So my hips are that way, but my feet are over that way towards the right, your right. You're going to plant your hands so they're really underneath your shoulders. From here, if you want, you can just practice tick-tocking forward and back, coming up onto your hands, okay? Now, eventually you're going to have to bend this arm, or what happened just then with my leg coming down, that's what's going to happen, and you don't want that to happen. So you must bend your arms. So after you've practiced your tick-tocking a little bit, you're going to plant those hands. You're going to go forward just a little bit. And then as soon as your hips come up, you start to send your legs out, bend your arms, look forward. So you've got chaturanga arms. I'm taking my right elbow, well, it's really my left, but your right elbow, and I'm lifting it up against my leg, okay? So my leg is pressing down and my arm is pressing it up for equal resistance. So if you're looking at me or this video like, she crazy, I am, but I used to think this was impossible. And then someone taught it to me just like that, and it totally worked. So leg over shoulder or arm, other leg hooked, plant hands, go forward. As soon as that booty lifts the floor, scoot those legs out. In class, we actually call it the bend and shoot, because you want to bend those arms and shoot those legs out. Now, I am squeezing my legs together, flexing my feet so they can't go anywhere. And then I'm going to sit back down. And it's exhausting, but it's really fun. So then we're going to do the other leg. And the beauty is you can practice this as much as you want. You can watch it over and over again. You can grab your popcorn. You can grab your wine. Okay, so I've taken my right leg, which is going to be your left leg. I've brought it over my arm. And then I'm going to take my other leg and I'm going to hook it. You must hook and flex. I'm going to plant my hands, spread my fingers. Remember, this is your base, so if you have a tiny little base like this, that's not going to work. I'm going to go forward, send my legs out, start to send them. I'm already pushing my top leg up against my arm, and then I bend. I'm pressing into the floor with the heels of my hands, and I'm also pressing up, 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 and away. Okay, so my legs are pressing out, breathing, and then coming down. The end. Okay, so now you practice that over and over again, and you will see it will get easier. But the key is bend those arms and look forward and shoot. That was a lot of keys. Now, some real fun, some other fun. If you have your block or a towel, you're going to come down to the floor, and if you don't have one, that's okay. We're going to simulate legs up the wall. So if you've never done legs up the wall, it's probably one of the dreamiest things you may ever experience in life. You literally scoot your butt up against a wall, and you send your legs up. So if you're tired, if you have a headache, if you're pregnant, I hear this is really good, you can just send those legs up. But a way to simulate this is to put something like a block underneath your lower back. You don't want it too low or too high, so you just kind of feel the block down there right where your fingers will bend. And then you just send your legs up. And if you're having to exert any effort, then adjust your block a little bit. I could already feel I was having to exert. This is an effortless situation, people. So you just want to send your legs up and let them hang. You can flip your palms, breathe, and just relax. You can watch TV like this, although it might be hard if you don't have a ceiling TV. And then if you want, while you're here, you can do a happy baby. You can grab onto your toes. You can send your legs out. You can rock side to side. And again, you can do this with or without a block or a towel. This works with your back just flat on the floor too. You can just let your legs literally hang up in the air. And then slowly bring feet down. Lift your hips, remove the block. Hug your knees in. Rock them side to side. And then rock both knees over to the right. Press them down. Stretch your left arm out. Look to the left. And then bring both knees over to the left. Press them down with your left hand. Stretch the right arm out. Look to the right. Back to the center. Stretch your legs all the way out in front. Relax your feet. You can take your legs as wide as you'd like. Bring your arms by your sides, palms face up. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. Relax your shoulders, pressing them down to the floor and towards your feet. And just breathe naturally. Feel free to stay here as long as you'd like, but if you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. You can circle your feet around, circle your hands around, reverse them, and then reach arms over your head. Take a deep breath in and a full body stretch. And exhale, hug your knees in. And roll over to one side. Release your legs and rest on your bottom arm. And then use your top hand to press yourself up and come into a comfortable seated position. Take one more deep breath in. Reach your arms up. Bring your hands together and to your heart as you exhale. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you feel wonderful. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you. Namaste.